I want to tell you something I wish someone had told me before I spent 15 years becoming an expert at a job I never applied for. If you walked into my house on any given Tuesday, you would see peace. You'd smell lavender on the sheets. You'd see the mail sorted by priority. You'd see a fridge stocked with everyone's favorite snacks, the crunchy peanut butter for my daughter, the specific brand of Greek yogurt Julian likes, and the organic apples the kids actually eat. To our neighbors, we were the golden couple. To Julian, I was his rock. He'd tell people at parties, "Haven is amazing. She keeps the whole world spinning, and she makes it look so easy." And for a long time, I took that as a compliment. I wore my efficiency like a badge of honor. I prided myself on the fact that nothing ever slipped through the cracks. But there is a hidden cost to being a woman who makes everything look easy. When you are the one who pulls the invisible strings that keep a family upright, eventually, those strings start to wrap around your own neck. This isn't a story about a bad husband. It's a story about a good man who forgot that his wife was a person, not a project manager. It's about the weight of the mental load, the cargo you carry in your mind that no one ever sees until you're already drowning under it. People think housework is about hands. They think it's about folding laundry, washing dishes, or mowing the lawn. They call those chores. But chores are the easy part. The hard part is the cognitive labor. It's the always having to remember. I didn't just buy milk. I was the one who noticed on Sunday night that the carton was only a quarter full. I was the one who planned to stop at the store on my way home from work so that there would be cereal on Monday morning. I was the one who executed the purchase. Julian? He just poured the milk. And when it was there, he felt supported. When it wasn't, he was surprised. I want you to imagine a computer with 50 tabs open. All the time. Tab 1. My son needs new soccer cleats because he complained his toes hurt yesterday. Tab 2. It's Spirit Day at school on Friday. I need to find the yellow t-shirt. Tab 3. Julian's mother's birthday is in 6 days. I have to buy the gift, wrap it, and remind him to call her. Tab 4. The dog is scratching more than usual. When was the last time I gave her the flea treatment? Tab 5. We are out of dishwasher detergent. If I don't buy it today, the sink will be full tomorrow. This is the mental load. It is the invisible managerial work that ensures the family never runs out of toilet paper or misses a doctor's appointment. Research tells us that women handle about 71% of these tasks. And here's the kicker. We do this work even when we are working full-time. We do it in the shower. We do it while we're driving. We do it while we're supposed to be sleeping. I was the emotional thermostat of our home. If Julian was stressed about work, I was the one who quieted the kids so he could decompress. If my daughter was feeling insecure at school, I was the one who researched articles on how to build a 10-year-old's confidence. I was constantly adjusting the temperature of everyone else's happiness while I was freezing in the corner. I fell into what I now call the efficiency trap. Because I was so fast, Julian became slow. Because I was so organized, Julian became oblivious. It started small. "You're just so much better at the grocery list than I am," he'd say. Or, "I just buy the wrong thing, you know me." This is what psychologists call weaponized incompetence. It's when a partner acts like they are bad at a task so that you eventually stop asking them to do it. It's a way of avoiding responsibility by pretending to be helpless. Julian wasn't trying to be cruel. He's a good man. He'd say, "I'll help with whatever you want. Just tell me what to do." But that sentence, "just tell me what to do," is the heaviest burden of all. When he said that, he was essentially saying, "I am happy to be your employee, but I will not be your partner. I will follow your instructions, but I will not share the burden of thinking." 123. If I have to tell you what to do, I am still the one who has to notice the problem, plan the solution, and delegate the task. Delegating is labor. Management is exhausting. I started to feel like his mother. And let me tell you, nothing kills intimacy faster than feeling like you are raising your own husband. I wasn't his lover anymore. I was his chief operating officer. I was the person who knew where his car keys were, when his oil needed changing, and what he was eating for dinner. I was needed, but I wasn't seen. I aged quietly, inside first. I became the woman who stopped complaining. Julian thought that meant our marriage was getting better. He thought the lack of conflict meant we were finally mature. But silence in a marriage isn't always peace. Sometimes, silence is just the sound of a woman who has finally realized that her words have nowhere to go. The snap didn't happen because of a big argument. It happened because of a vase. It was a Tuesday night. I had worked 8 hours, picked up the kids from soccer, managed a meltdown over homework, and was currently trying to figure out what to cook for dinner with the 3 ingredients I had left in the fridge. Julian walked through the door. He was tired. He dropped his bag, and as he reached for his mail, he knocked over a small ceramic vase I'd bought on our first trip to Italy. It shattered. He looked at the pieces. Then he looked at me, and he said, "Oh, that's a shame. Should I leave that there for you to handle, or do we have glue somewhere?" He wasn't being mean. He honestly thought he was being helpful by asking. But in that moment, I saw my entire life laid out in those broken shards. I saw the 15 years I'd spent being the handler, the one who knew where the glue was, the one who knew how to fix things, the one who always cleaned up the mess. I didn't move. Julian looked at me, confused. "Haven, are you okay? Just tell me what you need me to do." I looked at him, really looked at him, and for the first time I didn't smile. I didn't translate my frustration into a list. I said, "Julian, I need you to want to know where the glue is." "What do you mean?" he asked. "I mean that I am tired of being the only one with eyes in this house. I am tired of being the only one who notices when something is broken or empty or hurting. If I have to tell you how to clean up the mess you made in your own home, then I am still doing the work for you. And I am done. I'm putting the strings down." For the next week, I did something radical. I stopped shit-sponging. That's a term for when you absorb all the friction and dysfunction in your home to keep everyone else happy. I didn't remind Julian about the dry cleaning. I didn't check the kids' backpacks for permission slips. I didn't plan the meals. I didn't nag. I just stayed in my own body. By Thursday, the house was a disaster. Julian couldn't find his favorite blue shirt. The kids almost missed a field trip because the form hadn't been signed. We had cereal for dinner 3 nights in a row because no one had noticed the groceries were gone. Julian was frantic. "Haven, what is going on?" "Everything is falling apart," I said. "No, Julian, everything isn't falling apart. I just stopped holding it all up by myself." It was a painful week. I had to watch the people I love feel the discomfort of my absence. I had to let the balls drop. And that is the hardest part for women like me. We are trained to catch every ball before it hits the floor. We think it's our job to protect everyone from the natural consequences of their own lack of attention. But if you never let the ball hit the floor, your partner will never realize that if you are watching this and you feel like the ghost in your home, if you are tired of being the only one who knows the children's shoe sizes or when the car insurance is due, hear me, visibility equals value. You have to name the load, out loud. Stop asking for help. Help is for strangers. In a marriage, we share responsibility. You have to allow the consequences to land. If the laundry doesn't get done because you didn't do it, let them run out of clean clothes. It is the only way the invisible becomes visible. And to the partners who say, "I just didn't notice," start noticing. Your wife shouldn't have to crush herself to get a thank you. Her standards aren't too high, your contribution is just too low. There is no such thing as babysitting your own children. Love isn't a feeling you find once and then put on a shelf. Love is attention. It is the choice to look at the person you share a life with and say, "I see what you are carrying, and I am reaching out my hands to take half of it, not because you asked me to, but because I am here, and you are not alone. My name is Haven. I was loved, but I was also managed. I was efficient, but I was also invisible. Today, our house is a little messy. The laundry might sit in the dryer for an extra day, but the strings, they aren't wrapping around my neck anymore. They are tied between us. Equal, strong, because a home isn't a machine. It's a garden. And a garden only grows when both people are willing to get their hands in the dirt. Go home, look at the strings, and then let them go.